to have that ice, but I'm just still trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes.
The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our free Pick Sam podcasts for free with the SGPN app. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No, me, no, the boys, no guys, me, really raw. For the raw, Terrell Furman Jr. here at Shore. Sirs. We're back for another week in the W. Games have gone off. The New York Liberty have lost yet another game. Yet again. I mean,
I think I'll blow it out today.
Just calling for DeMarco's job. Like, I'm telling you, one and done. I feel with every game, it gets more and more of an eerie confidence that I have. That I'm like, man, they really should just cut ties with this guy. Like, okay, the NBA assistant thing just wasn't the route to go. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's get somebody else because this is not working. And if you don't do it now, you're just going to end up doing it in the next year or two. Like, come on, let's be for real. Scott's the Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Yeah. Once again, the Liberty got smacked tonight. I believe they got outscored by Mitchell and Caitlin combined in the first half. At least I think the starters did. So, yeah, they just couldn't guard anybody. Indiana had shooting practice, and they both had monster games en route to a nice win. Besides that, went 1-1 last episode. The Valkyries alt spread got there. So at least, I cashed the dog as they took care of business pretty easily. Besides that, though, it's been a pretty interesting couple of days in W. Once again, we have seen a lot of, I'd say, interesting matchups. We've seen some drama on the side, mainly courtesy of course, Sophie and Dijonay. That's a separate point. But either way, it's been a pretty interesting past couple of days in the W. And as we talked about before, DeMarco, we're not fans of. So that's the update for today. It's the only game to win final. But besides that, though, overall, nothing too surprising. You?
Shout out to the Mystics for cashing as a dog. Ka-ching. Very, very nice play there. I don't really have anything else. I'm not gonna feel any more excited about the Liberty anymore. Like, well, DeMarco's as head coach, at least. At this point, that's where you have to lay the blame. Like, this is a considerably worse team than last year, and I don't think Phoebich coming back and Sably coming back is going to take away the bad head coaching moves that I've seen on the court and honestly in the locker room.
You know who is not going to save this team, right?
Benaj Laney.
That is correct.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She has moved on to a better place because apparently the coaching staff didn't
DC?
want to play her. I guess. I mean, we like her as a player. Like, we think that she's a valuable defensive player, and we think she brings a lot to the table. And yet DeMarco apparently disagreed because she was getting healthy scratched, and they decided, you know what, we're going to move on. For some reason. I don't know why. Your team can't guard anybody. You kind of need her out there, but whatever. Not really my problem.
At least the Knicks won the championship.
That's true.
All right. The Sports Gambling Podcast is giving away $1,000 NFL bet with the phrase that pays. Tune in to all 32 team previews for your chance to win. All right. let's get into it, Scott. First game up on the docket for tomorrow. We have who wants to be, whoa, there we go. Who wants to be first? The Toronto Tempo on the road going to play the Dallas Wings. Wings laying 9.5 in some shops. 184.5 is the total injury report. And we have for these two teams, let's see if I can get an injury report actually a little tad bit early. There we go. All right, we've got Sykes, we knew that. Anissa Morrow, Marina Mabry, both questionable. Nothing else to report on the Dallas Wings side of the ball.
For the record, Dallas won both meetings by 13 so far this season, just for reference.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess, but that doesn't make me feel like confident laying this number with the Dallas Wings.
It shouldn't. I'm just throwing out there what happened.
Yeah, no, 9's a lot of points.
Toronto's also been terrible, which, you got to factor in too, but it's a lot of points to lay for a Dallas team that has just not been very good. And the last meeting, a reminder, the Wings were actually losing in that game and then blew them out handily in the fourth quarter. Paige had a masterclass game, so she kind of carried them at the end. But Toronto was winning that game for a decent portion. Now, both meetings were in Canada, so this meeting is going to be the first one in Dallas. Shepard, though, we know is injured. That's a big deal, so keep that in mind as well. But the Tempo have lost 9 in a row. So they're playing like an expansion team. They've kind of fallen off a cliff. So what are your thoughts?
I think that, one, the Toronto Tempo still can't play any type of defense, and that's always going to be a concern. And that'll probably have the effect on, total going over. I expect to see a lot of points back and forth with Dallas. But, like, the fact that Dallas also in their own right does not play any type of defense doesn't give me, like, any motivation here. Look at the Toronto last 3 games. Toronto's given up 107, 97, 92 to the Valkyries. Game before that, 96 to the Valkyries. Like, those are not good numbers. 103 to the Minnesota Lynx, 94 to the Valkyries, 96 to the Washington Mystics. Oh, wait, did you think I was still talking about Toronto? No, I was just talking about the Dallas Wings. It was the Dallas Wings who's given up 103, 93, and 96 in their last 3 games. I'm not laying. I can't trust Dallas to lay this number on the sheer fact that I can't trust them to guard anybody any given night.
I agree with you. I like the over as my favorite play in this game. I think even if Dallas gets back on track, we know Toronto can give out 100 to anybody. So I definitely can see a world where Dallas gets going, scores 100 points, maybe Paige goes crazy again, and they end up winning. Jessica being out, though, is a big deal. So keep that in mind as well. But do I think
that did came through.
Yeah, which of course is going to matter because we know she's had herself a solid season, obviously. I mean, she's averaging 14, 11, and 5. That can impact the rebounding as well. Also, just the offensive, I'd say, flow of this team. Now, they were against Minnesota when she got injured, and they gave up 103. So I don't know if I can read into that as Jessica being that impactful defensively or just the Lynx are a monster and you had no chance anyway. But I'll go with the over in this game. I think we see both teams light it up offensively. If you want props, I really want to see what Paige's usage is going to be with Shepard not being available for this game because sometimes they play through her and now they can't. I like the over. I just see a bunch of points.
AZ Fudd also questionable. She was out last game.
Yeah.
I think it was more precaution last game. She probably ends up playing this one. Yeah, Wings 1-4 against the number in the last 5 games. Hasn't been pretty. 1-4 straight up. Give me Tempo plus the points. Take the over. Anything else here?
Not really. I don't have faith in Dallas, but I definitely don't want to back a team that's lost 9 in a row. So I think I'm just with you. I'll just go with the over. Give me points.
All right. Let's see here. Before we get to the next game in the slate, actually, let's talk to the people about clutch parlays. We're brought to you by Clutch Parlays. Clutch Parlays has predictions for every MLB game, NFL game, college football game, NBA game. By the way, did you all know that the Knicks, for some reason, also not the opening game on opening night?
I thought it was always the champions who would just go.
But I mean, they just randomly threw the Celtics versus the Pistons at 3:00 the same day. Who's
I don't
watching
get it.
3:00 p.m. Eastern? 3:00 p.m. Eastern. Are you serious? That is who's playing before the Knicks at 3:00 p.m. on Eastern. I can't believe. I cannot believe. Cannot believe it. I'm not going to go a rant on Clutch Parlays, Reed. No, I'm not going to do it. But I'm just saying, insane. Insane. By the way, Clutch Parlays has predictions for those NBA games as well. So you might want to go check it out and get ready to get in on that action over there at Clutch Parlays. The predictions are updated live during the game, which means you get updated odds through every pitch, basket, and possession. They also highlight the best sports books to place our highest edge plays. So they'll compete against others in weekly, monthly, and even all-time profit leaderboards. Plus, most importantly, Clutch Parlays is easy to use with a simple and clean dashboard. Clutch Parlays is the one-stop shop for research and plus EV opportunities. So make sure you go check them out over there at Clutch. Best part is you get 1 month free with promo code SGPN. That's clutchparlays.com. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Big higher or lower your favorite players' fantasy stats over there. Underdog Fantasy. Got to go get down on a winning Underdog lineup today. Hey, also got to use some of those winnings that I get over there at Underdog to go play some Best Ball Mania. Best way to play fantasy football with $15 million in prizes. $2 million to first place. Make sure you go check them out. New customers play just $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code SGPN. All right. Next game on the docket. Let's talk about the Minnesota Lynx going on the road to play the Portland Fire. Fire catching 11.5 at home here. 185.5, 184.5. I see around there. Injury report. Let's see. Do we have anything new for these teams? Nothing new for Minnesota. Nothing new for the Fire. Jordan Harrison is out, if anybody wants to know. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing different that we should be doing here than, what we've been doing with Minnesota laying these large numbers. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Double digits is not that. They don't care that much. They do not care that much. Or even worse, Scott, they do care that much and they still can't get it done. They are actually trying to cover the spread as hard as they can, and they can't get it done. Why? Because I'm tired of nobody wanting to admit it, and I'm going to say it. At this point, it's been 2 months. Minnesota is not a good defensive team. I understand. We know what this Minnesota team has done in the past. We understand that they've been one of the best defenses in the league. They've been a horrible defensive team for about the better part of a month, 2 months, Scott. I'm not laying double digits on the road with them. That's
also going to throw it out there. The Fire have scored 97 plus points in 4 straight games.
Like, what are we doing here? This is an insanely large number that I understand. These are 2 teams that are going opposite directions in the standings right now. But you got to, at one point, you have to actually watch the ball that's being played on the court. And Minnesota couldn't stop a freaking nosebleed. Like, they are horribly defensively. You get anything you want going up against Minnesota. The only issue that you go up against is the fact that their offense is going to score 100 almost every single night. So now you've got to try to get over 100 points if you want to beat them. You may not beat them, but you sure will come close, and they're going to let you. Give me I'm all over the Portland Fire here. It was no question. The Minnesota's been horrible laying these big numbers.
I'm with you. I think it's a lot of points. I like the over anyway. I know we saw the overs cool off a bit last week, but in general, they've still been very good so far this season. Minnesota, they can score a bunch of points against anybody. Scored 103 last game against Dallas, scored 98 against Vegas, 108 against Indiana, scored 104 against Toronto. They can get to 100 easily against pretty much any team. And the Fire are allowing basically 92 points per game. The Fire, though, I said before, it scored 97 plus in 4 straight games. But the defense has really not been good for Portland as well. So I can see them giving up a bunch of points in this game, too. In the win, they gave up 93 to Seattle. We know they can't score. They were fine against Toronto. Gave up 83 there. Gave up 106 to the Sparks, 112 to Indiana, 98 to the Aces, 101 to the Wings, and 101 to the Lynx. So I think the Lynx can walk into 100 in this game anyway. And at that point, you're in a good spot to go over. They've scored 100 plus in both meetings this season so far for the Lynx, and they didn't cover this number in the second meeting at home. So I like the over. I think the Lynx probably get to 100, but I agree with you. I don't think they cover. I see like a 102 to 92 type game. Lynx win, don't cover.
Yeah. And maybe even closer than that. I can't. I don't understand why they can't play well defensively, and it's like the exact same team plus Olivia Miles, and they can't get it together defensively.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Chicago Sky on the road. Wait, I said I'm on over, right? I don't know if I said
we're
that
both
out
on
loud.
the over. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I said it out loud. Chicago Sky on the road. Going to play the Golden State Valkyries. My Golden State Valkyries. My Valkyries are laying 9.5 here. 164.5 is the total. Injury report. And I think Sydney Taylor has a questionable tag on her. Let me go check. Double check again. No, Sydney Taylor's out.
They need her out there.
Kia Stokes is out Kia Stokes is out in the concussion protocol. Janelle Salon is questionable with a knee injury. And that's all I got. Well, I have to say, it was very fun while it lasted with the Chicago Sky. I think that one, they were on an incredibly long homestand, which they performed and got a couple of wins. And I think that all of that coming along with the Skylar drama, then the Dejanay stuff, and then Dejanay comes back. Like, they got their mojo. They were really, really feeling good about the play on the court that they, had over the past few games there at home. Then they went on the road, played Seattle, got punched in the face, and now they're coming down here to play the Valkyries. Also, one great rocking home environment. I think that the road games, especially after that crazy homestand, I think the road games are going to be difficult. The Valkyries are also starting to heat themselves back up and get back into form. They won 4 straight games after that loss to the Mercury. I don't know. That Chicago offense is really what carried them during that homestand, and I don't know if they're going to be able to score those amount of points against the Valkyries in this spot. And so with that being said, I understand it's a double-digit line with the Valkyries, but the Valkyries haven't really made me afraid to lay double digits a bunch of times before. So I'm going to just go ahead and do it now. Lay to 9.5 for my Valkyries.
Yeah, I'm with you. Play the drop. I got nothing else to really add for this game. I'll let you play it first. But
I feel like that's the first time I heard that in a while.
Yeah, probably. But I think at the end of the day, the Sky just aren't good. We know this. The Valkyries are a great defensive team. They can clamp down on anybody. And the fact is, they are just really, really good at home, like they are every year. And they've won 4 in a row again. Beat Dallas on the road by 18. I know Dallas is going through it, but still a good win there. Beat the Sparks by 6 on the road. They were up by like 20 early in that game, so I'm not going to really worry about the margin there. Beat Toronto back-to-back, but at home, they're a wagon. I mean, we know this. They're 13-4 at home. Chicago's 4-12 straight up on the road. Taylor right now, their leading scorer. She's out. We know, of course, Rakia's out for the year. Diggins is AWOL. I don't know what she's up to. I don't know. Maybe she's hanging out with Kennedy. Who knows? But anyway, point is, like, they're allowing 90-plus points per game. They can't guard anybody. So I think that if you're looking at who's going to get better looks over the course of this game, it's got to be Golden State because Chicago gives up free looks to everybody, and the Valkyries will just really force you into scoring mid-70s in like almost every game they play. So based on that, I just see kind of a blowout where we see the Valkyries probably hold the Sky to one really bad quarter of like 9 points, and the Valkyries blow the game open. They win by like 15. So I'm looking at what could be, I think the total's about right for me. I thought it was going to be like 90-75. Like I had it right there by the total. So I'll go with Valkyries with you. The Sky, especially with Taylor being out, what are they going to do off the dribble? I don't know what they're supposed to do.
And it's that she also helped like push the basketball. And I know they still can run a fast pace without her, but this Valkyries team runs the slowest pace in the league for a reason, because it doesn't matter how fast that you play when you normally play basketball. When you go play in the gym with them, they are going to slow that pace down. They are going to force you out the half court. They're going to force you to try to get some sets going and trying to tackle that Valkyries defense. And then they feel comfortable enough about their offense that they're going to get enough good looks to be able to put the ball in the basket and come out with the win. Like, I just think it's going to be a methodical over 4 quarters, just gradual increase here. I love the Valkyries to get this done. This is just not the spot for the Chicago Sky. And they go back down to life and just knowing that they're punching a little bit above their weight class here with the Valkyries. I will monitor the Jenna Salon injury, though, and just making sure she plays. I will monitor. All right. 165.5 is total.
I said the number was where I had it, so I don't have any thoughts. I think it's more of a team total game.
Yeah. Valkyries team total over. Sky team total under. Yeah, I can see it. Split it. All right. Oh, wow. Looky there. Hey, before we get to lock, dog, underdog, yeah, talk to the people about Circus Sportsbook giving away at least $30 million in prizes for this year's handicapping contest. Hey, sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere. Come out for Circa Contest weekend, August 27th through the 29th, and you'll get 15% off your stay at the Circa with promo code SGP15. If you're going to play, you'll need a proxy. So head over there to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGPN to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is now nationwide. So, hey, if you use an odd screen, you know already that Novig has some of the best prices in the market over there at Novig. Make sure you go check them out. Download the Novig app. Download the Novig app and deposit $10 to get $25 in trade credits. Again, deposit $10 to get $25 in trade credits over there at Novig. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, Scott, it's over to you.
All right. For the lock and dog, I'm going to start off with an over. For the lock, I am going to go with the I'll go the Lynx and Fire. I'll give me the over 184.5. I just see a bunch of points. Read it off before. The Fire have been scoring pretty well lately. We know they can't defend. The Lynx, we know, let teams cover all the time because they don't play defense. So I see a lot of points in this game. They played about a week or two ago. That game got into the 190s. I see a similar story here. Give me the over 184.5 as my lock. For my dog, I might actually swing for it a little bit here. I'm going to go for an alt over. in the wings and tempo game. I just see a bunch of points. I think that even with Shepherd being out, I can still see Dallas's backcourt having success. I think Toronto, we know in general, plays a lot of high-scoring games. Neither team guards anybody. It's why the wings have been slumping a bit lately. I can get 189.5. Give me the over at plus 140. Give me a bunch of points.
All right. Lock over Dallas Wings, Toronto tempo over 184.5. Dog. The Bridget Carlton revenge game is very tempting with that defense. Very, very tempting. But I kind of think we're due for a big fee game, and I just don't know who's going to slow her down on that side. So giving a fee Collier, 25 plus points, plus 262. I hope I didn't regret the no Bridget Carlton thing.
I mean, we could use that for underdog.
Let's go an underdog then. I don't know, because that one time we played Bridget Carlton, she was the I think she was the lone L actually. I gotta go back here and look.
I'm trying to even remember. I think you're right.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, do you want to start with Paige? Because with no Shepherd, she's probably going to have the ball in her hands a lot.
I wonder if they got a points and assist.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
29.5.
I still like it. I mean, she killed that team last time they played.
Higher there. Can always play Olivia Miles.
You want to go for Miles? I'm fine with that.
Thing is, do we want to do the points or just assists? Points and assists?
Yeah, we'll join them.
So points and assists Miles too?
Yeah.
Cool. This feels like a little bit of a hedge to my fee thing too. So good with this. All right. Last play.
Probably has to be in one of the games we already mentioned because the total's so high.
Or I could be talked into playing Camilla in the Valkyries game. That's the only person that I could be talked into.
I think I'm going to pass, though, because we're not picking this guy to score much in the first place.
Okay.
I also question the guard play to actually get her the ball, which could be problematic.
Very true.
I mean, is there somebody on Portland or Toronto you want to take? You want to go for?
I mean, it would only be it. Well, oh no, I could play late, either late or Bridget. If you want to bring,
I think she's questionable though, Carla. So I'm not sure if she's going to play.
Might have to go Bridget. It's just setting up for the Bridget revenge game.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it before. I think it makes sense to take it.
I don't know. I'm gonna be upset if she loses again.
Yeah.
Either Bridget or Fee. But we have Miles.
We'll just go Bridget. You mentioned it before. We'll just do it.
All right. Spread the love. Paige Beckers, higher. 29.5 points and assists. Olivia Miles, higher. 26.5 points and assists. And Bridget Carlton, higher. 15.5 points. At that underdog, shake it up. You're going to get 6.5x. $100 gets you $650 over there. Underdog fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. 3 interesting games, pretty big spreads. We'll see if the games are competitive or not. But either way, back once again some point this week.
All right. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at @reallyBro__. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts for the WNBA Gambling Podcast. With that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to